3.5 game starting at level 3.
Be me, Warforged Paladin named Sprocket.
Be not me, Shifter Wizard, half-elf paladin, half-orc ninja, tiefling monk, and DM. DM is using a critical hit deck for fun shenanigans. Opt for party to find me later as I would be running late due to a hospital visit. Party finds Warforged standing over dead goblins and not moving. Paladin uses disable device check to make repairs, -5 for using reverse of skill, and rolls a nat 20. Paladin names my character Sprocket. Wizard mumbles something about not needing a mobile toaster. Sprocket finds this funny and begins laughing. Slips DM a note to see if I came equipped with a built-in toaster. DM says, fuck it, why not? Sprocket dings and out pops 4 slices of fresh sourdough toast in his hands. Party laughs and we continue going along the dungeon. The wizard doesn't trust me because, hey, machine. Other paladin vouches for me as I was wearing the tabard of his god. Tiefling thinks that I'm amusing as I dispense both justice and toast. Ninja is just happy that we have someone else to get between the baddies and herself. We find some goodies, and I pass them along as Sprocket sees a little need for anything other than his greatsword. Party calls for a rest, and Sprocket tells them he does not need to sleep and will keep watch. They happily agree and all go to sleep. Warforged needs to do something while the party sleeps, otherwise they go insane in 3.5. Spends the night organizing party's belongings and doing maintenance on their armor and weapons with my craft arms and armor checks. Some of the party isn't happy I went through their belongings when they wake up. Sprocket doesn't understand why they are angry, and am told to ask permission before handling others' property.
Acknowledged.
Resume dungeon crawl. Smack some baddies about and find loot. Question a paladin about morality during exploration. Listen to his wise words of my fellow Smite Knight. 2 in-game days later, I asked the big question. Does this one have a soul, or am I just a machine? This causes an awkward silence from the party. Other paladin says he believes so. I ask other paladin what it means to have a soul. He says having a soul is knowing what pain feels like and not wanting to see others hurt. So, Sprocket ponders on this. Later, we're ambushed by a mob of giant spiders and sturges, and after a few rounds of playing exterminator, we find the treasure chest. Fearing it might be trapped, Sprocket kicks the chest to protect his fleshy companions, and it opens to find a shield and a few other trinkets. He gives the shield to the other paladin. The wizard casts Detect Magic and finds Adjuration's school aura is on the shield. We find the big bad evil guy chilling in the dungeon. He goes on speech about how we are in his way and shit. Sprocket takes a swing at him and misses. And the big bad evil guy is not happy his monologue was interrupted. So he leaves and summons a boss encounter. Fight goes okay, but Sprocket takes heavy damage. The DM says lay on hands won't work on me. What the hell? Instead, says only repair damage spells will work. And we roll our eyes and move on. So now I'm leaking oil, but the ninja finds a scroll of repair serious damage. Heals all but a few HP. Return to town and get fixed up by a mechanic, and level up. A few levels and many servings of toast later, the party breaks into Big Bad Evil Guy's lair. Except he's ready for us. Traps galore. I think the DM keeps forgetting I'm a Warforged, and triggered all the traps, which most were poisonous. You can't poison the steel type. Take very little damage from DR Trinket other Paladin diplomas me into wearing. Stocked up on repair damage though, and cure wound scrolls. And we take a short break. I make toast for the party one last time. Imbune lay on hands into toast. Healing toast is the best toast. We enter the final room and see the big bad evil guy sitting in a chair, waiting for us. What the he's a mind flare? Hits party with mind blast. No effect on Toaster Pally. Combat time. Boss wins initiative via DM Fiat. Nobody complains as he is alone. He stuns the wizard, and Sprocket uses scroll to remove stun. Wizard casts greater invisibility on the ninja, and the ninja goes into sneak attack. Other paladin goes into tank. Monk unleashes flurry of blows. Mind Flayer teleports with Sonic BS power and then hits the party with Fireball. Sprocket nat 1's save. Everybody else makes it. Then cast Shield Other on Wizard. Ninja hits with exploding shurikens. Explosive runes on renamed Dagger. Wizard slaps me up with Bull Strength, and the other paladin smites Big Bad Evil Guy. The monk uses Key Dimension Door towards Mind Flare and Flurry of Blows again. Big Bad Evil Guy shoots a lightning bolt at the wizard. Minimal damage with Sprocket taking half. Sprocket charges and crits. DM pulls from deck. My strike slams badly. 1d10 times 10 feet backwards. Roll 6. Big Bad Evil Guy had back to pillar. Takes d6 damage for every 10 foot he could not travel. Touchdown population Big Bad Evil Guy. Ninja stabs Big Bad Evil Guy. Other paladin heals the wizard. Monk doing monk things, and building begins shaking badly as pillar was a support for the roof. Big Bad Evil Guy uses some custom psionic power to fling us away from him. Psionic wave smashes into other pillars. Sprocket is exactly 0 HP. Party decides to GTFO and Sprocket stays behind. Party realizes Sprocket was left behind, and so the other paladin runs back to get him. I tell the DM I want to override all my systems and go for one last attack. Tell DM I have Die Hard on Sprocket is still standing. The DM says, something inside Sprocket begins to burn with a furious heat and light. Turns out Sprocket does have a soul. The other paladin gets into the room and sees Sprocket standing there glowing while oil is leaking from every open wound he has. Sprocket looks over to the other paladin and smiles, and tells the other paladin to run. Sprocket tells him that he does not want to see him or his other friends get hurt. That to be alive means you cherish life itself so much that you would give your own to save others. Suddenly, the room starts collapsing and the other paladin runs for it. Big Bad Evil Guy taunts Sprocket saying his friends abandoned him. Sprocket tells him he talks too much and then runs him through with his greatsword and pins him to the wall before detonating himself. The rest of the party got out alive as the building collapsed, and the party begins digging through the rubble to try to find Sprocket, but only finds his blown out core. Remaining paladin takes the core to our temple and hands it to the high priest. Sprocket was declared a saint and his core was repaired so that others could be forged with his blueprints, so that Sprocket would never truly be gone.